The Duggar family's strong Christian views and their fame on reality TV shows 19 Kids, Counting, and its spin-off Counting on enthralled viewers for a long time. The Duggar family's ultra-traditional family life, large families, and conservative views made them a cultural phenomenon in the U.S. However, not all members of the Duggar family have had it easy. For instance, Josiah and Lauren Duggar's marriage has recently been the subject of much discussion. Their relationship, which was once a model for other young couples in the Duggar circle, is now plagued by an underlying strain that no one can ignore. The early stages of Josiah and Lauren's courtship. The courtship between Josiah and Lauren Swanson was somewhat of a fairy tale within the Duggar household. Despite his past involvement in a courtship, Josiah made headlines when he revealed his relationship with Lauren. Their romance was a popular topic among family members ever since the Duggar family's reality TV series introduced the world to them. They courted while everyone watched, and then their engagement and wedding were captured on camera. The couple's relationship seemed to be ideal. Soon after their June 2018 wedding, they announced their wonderful news. They were expecting a child. Their admirers were thrilled to hear the news and eagerly anticipated the next chapter in their family story. Unfortunately, a short time after their marriage, the newlyweds experienced a heartbreaking loss. Josiah and Lauren were both grieving after Lauren suffered a terrible miscarriage in October 2018. As usual, the Duggar family poured out their prayers and support. Prior to the terrible loss of their kid, there had been indications of weakening in their relationship. Something about the incident seemed to build a gulf between them, even though they were forthright about their grief and convictions. A silent storm is unleashed. Despite the Duggars' presentation of unwavering faith and commitment, Josiah and Lauren's relationship started to exhibit subtle symptoms of strain. Even while the Duggar family appeared to be supportive, there were several warning signs that their marriage was anything but happy. Some underlying friction began to surface in the couple's online contacts. The once harmonious photos and endearing phrases have been replaced by updates that are more somber and aloof. Their once shared posts, which began as sincere expressions of love and faith, began to feel more like tasks. As one of the more reticent Duggar siblings, Josiah seemed to bear the brunt of the responsibility for upholding the Duggar family's reputation. The problems in his marriage might have made it harder for Josiah to deal with his personal issues while being in the spotlight. It appeared that he was retreating even further into himself by choosing to remain silent about the issues in his relationship. Lauren seemed to be reeling from the weight of her own emotions as well. As a woman who had also been raised with conservative values, she might have found the responsibilities placed on her as a wife and mother challenging. A warning sign that anything was off in Josiah and Lauren's relationship was the announcement that they would not be having a second child in 2019. In contrast to their social media sharing of the excitement of their pregnancy, they had not been as candid and genuine about their loss. Subtly, the couple avoided public displays of affection and became less forthcoming about their sentiments. While some followers began to fear something more nefarious was happening, others believed the couple was simply going through a private grieving process. Before their miscarriage, was their marriage already experiencing a quiet storm? Could it be that their relationship was under stress in addition to the loss? The pressure of public expectations. The public's constant interest in Josiah and Lauren's relationship may have put them under a lot of pressure. When the Duggar family documents every action, the pressure of expectation would be too much for any marriage to handle. The Duggars have established a reputation for strictly following family rules, maintaining conventional gender roles, and placing a high value on faith and obedience. The tremendous strain to live up to this standard of flawless devotion and perfection may have put Josiah and Lauren's marriage to the test. For someone like Lauren, who was raised in the same religious environment, there might have been a lot of pressure to adhere to these values. As a young lady in her 20s, one would have assumed that she would have happily accepted the roles of wife and mother. However, what occurs when a person's experiences and feelings in a marriage don't align with the romanticized view of it? It's possible that the Duggar family's fixation on presenting an idealized picture exacerbated the hidden conflicts in their marriage. It's possible that Josiah felt even more pressure to constantly demonstrate that he was the perfect Duggar spouse and son. His fans questioned whether he was quietly battling an inner devil because he never discussed his issues in public. His public demeanor occasionally seemed to be at odds with the quiet sadness that many believed he was harboring. Stress on faith and families. As the silent storm of tension increased, it became clear that both Lauren and Josiah were struggling to find a way to reconcile their personal experiences with their beliefs. Many members of the Duggar family are deeply rooted in their faith. But what if, in the face of their emotional and relationship difficulties, they turn to their faith for guidance but find none? It's likely that Josiah and Lauren asked themselves this question after enduring everything that they did. Faith in the context of the Duggar family includes both personal conviction and the need to uphold the family's values. Suppressing their own emotions to maintain that ideal can cause emotional distress for some people. According to others, Josiah and Lauren's arguments might have been made worse by the idea of being unequally yoked in marriage. It's possible that the Duggars' insistence on gender norms made it harder for Josiah and Lauren to communicate their feelings, which made them suffer in silence. For a long time, they kept their romance a secret. Despite maintaining appearances, attending Duggar family gatherings, and posting glimpses of their lives on social media, they were secretly aware that their marriage was experiencing more issues than anyone could have imagined. Deciphering the silent storm. Josiah and Lauren's marriage had been steadily deteriorating until the storm finally erupted. Fans began to lose faith in them when their once adoring love began to exhibit signs of strain. On social media, there were fewer family updates, more mysterious comments, and fewer public appearances. Their romanticized view of marriage, a central theme in the Duggar family's public existence, was exposed to the complexities of everyday difficulties. Although the details of Josiah and Lauren's relationship were never disclosed to the public, it is often believed that they ended it secretly in late 2021. The couple's courageous choice to divorce after just over 3 years of marriage was remarkable in and of itself. Although they didn't specify why they broke up, their quiet after the breakup speaks plenty. Lauren and Josiah. What comes next? Nothing is certain for Josiah and Lauren's future, even after the calm storm that ended their marriage and resulted in their divorce. Many people are hoping that the couple can put their disagreements behind them and move on with their lives. Public opinion has been split because of the unusual nature of the Duggar family's divorce. While some have shown sympathy for Josiah and Lauren, others have been scathingly critical of them for not living up to the Duggar family's values. Josiah might be able to discover himself and experience emotional healing. Perhaps he was at last freed from the emotional burden of having to live up to the Duggar family's expectations. Additionally, Lauren, a young lady who was constantly watched by the public, would at last be free to live her life as she pleases without having to adhere to social norms. Josiah and Lauren Duggar's future is uncertain, but one thing is for sure. Their story serves as a warning that oftentimes what is hidden from the public behind the cameras, smiles, and seemingly perfect family life is a silent storm. Their story is one of self-discovery, pain, and realizing that no relationship is perfect.